Mars, and welcome back to another video. Today is just going to be a simple Q&A. I asked you all to send in your questions just an hour, maybe 2 hours ago. So I'm sorry if your question's not answered. It probably hadn't come in yet. But yeah, I already got loads and loads of questions. So I thought I'd just go from the ones I have, and if there's any other questions that come in and that come in repeatedly, I'll definitely be looking at them in a future video as well. And if you really want to catch my attention, just leave the question below again, and I'll definitely see it because I read all my comments. So let's get to it. First question, can you share some of your recipes? Definitely. I have actually started sharing some of my recipes on Instagram, so if you don't follow me there, be sure to do so now. I have also shared a recipe video on YouTube fairly recently, and I am planning to do some more, definitely in the future. How old are you? I am currently 23 years old, and I will be turning 24 on the 3rd of December. Are you completely recovered from your anorexia? By the way, I'm recovering as well, and I love you. Yes, I am completely recovered from my anorexia. I think my final year of recovery was 2015, when I really left behind most of my eating disorder thoughts, most of my eating disorder routines. There was still a bit of residual thoughts or habits, because I'd obviously had my eating disorder for a long time, but these have all definitely disappeared in those past 5 years. So I don't have any food guilt, any fear of foods, any food-related thoughts anymore, and I never thought it would be possible, but it is, and it is so freaking liberating. Next question. How to keep eating when you're bloated or have digestive issues? I've got a few videos, actually a whole series on digestion, so I suggest you check that out because there's some ways you can deal with bloating or just make the process a little bit easier. The most important thing is to remember that by restricting, you're merely prolonging the period of the stress. So by continuing to eat, by sticking with especially a regular and sufficient food routine, you are helping your body process the food, get the enzymes it needs to break down the food, and just getting rid of that bloating and discomfort much more quickly than if you occasionally go back to restricting. So if you keep that in mind, it's much easier to stick with your meal plan and keep eating. Good luck. Did you start university right after graduation? So I'm assuming after graduation from high school. Actually, I did not. I had applied to university, but I was in hospital until October 31st, whereas university had started in September. And I thought, if I start university now, I'm going to be behind, I'm going to be stressed. Moreover, I still have some residual sort of eating disorder thoughts that I don't necessarily want to carry to university with me. So I decided to have a year just to focus on my health, focus on my passions, and decide what I wanted to do before I took my deferred entry into the University of Bath. It's the best thing that I have ever done for my health, so I really do not regret it. Next question is, when did you realize that you were on your set point weight? It's going to sound really vague, but you'll realize you're at your set point weight when you can listen to your hunger cues, eat whatever you want, and not gain weight or not lose weight. Your body will obviously still fluctuate a bit. I think 1 or 2 kilos either direction is still fine, is still probably expected. Although at that point I'm assuming you probably won't be weighing yourself anymore, or not all that much. So basically you can listen to your hunger cues, you can eat until you're satisfied, you can eat what you like, when you like, and it's really just not going to influence your weight anymore. At that point you won't have any more eating disorder related thoughts, your hormones will be rebalanced, so if you're a woman you'll have your period back, and that's when you know you're recovered and at your set point. And if that still seems like it's far away, just keep going. You're not quite there yet, but you'll get there. Next question is about gaining weight. So I'm currently gaining, and I love eating this much, but I'm scared that I will keep eating this much and gaining forever. Let me tell you, you will not gain weight forever. When you've reached your set point weight, your metabolism will be cranked up so much, they can probably just keep eating this amount of food without gaining weight anymore. That's the beauty of it. If your metabolism is not that fast, your hunger cues will be regulated to the extent that you'll simply not be as hungry, and the weight gain will also stop. So it's really nothing to worry about. Next, can you recommend an online coach for recovery? Personally, I'm not really sure of all the help that's out there. I personally do one-on-ones via Patreon, so if you want to have a chat with me, that's definitely an option, and I'll leave a link to that below. Except for that, yeah, I'm really not quite sure, but I'll have a little search and I'll put those resources below for you as well. Next question, not eating disorder related. Do you have any bad habits that no one knows about? Tell us. I'm a bit of a neat freak, so if things are untidy, and they aren't right now, I will tornado through the house to get everything cleaned up. Yeah, if my boyfriend, for example, was going to vacuum clean or anything like that and he doesn't do it fast enough, then I'll get in his way and do it myself. I don't know if that's a bad habit, but I can see how that can get a little bit irritating. I also like having things planned out, and my boyfriend's a bit more spontaneous than me, so... Next, what's my favourite food combination? Peanut butter banana. Right, let's end it there. I was only going to be answering the first few questions I got, but as I said before, if there's more questions that come in, if there's more questions that come in repeatedly, I will be answering them in a future video. If you like this video, if you love banana peanut butter, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, definitely do. Love you all lots and take good care.